Hi everybody, I'm Bonnie Campbell and here we are ready for your Strong at Home workout number 9. So for your warm-up today, we're going to do 2 rounds. We're going to start with 10 high knee march. So on the high knee march, we're thinking about shoulders set back and down, nice tall spine, tight belly. We're going to use opposite arm, opposite leg. You can move as quickly as you want in this, and you can just do 10 in one spot. You don't have to travel anywhere in your home. Once you've done 10 high knee march, then you'll go to a butt kick. So you're bringing that heel back to your bottom, working on engaging that hamstring. Remember, we're trying to keep the knee pointing to the ground. We don't want that knee breaking the frontal plane, so we're really focusing on that hamstring, pulling the heel back to our bottom. Once we've done 10 of those, we're then going to go to our air squat. So feet are just outside our shoulders. Again, shoulders wide, tall spine, tight belly. We could put our hands out for counterbalance if we choose to. Hip goes back and you lower down to your depth. As you work through the 10 squats in your warm-up, you might find that you're going a little bit lower each time. Remember, you're going to your pain-free depth, thinking about those knees going out and vertical shins as much as possible. After 10 air squats, you'll get your Theraband. And we're going to do 10 lateral raises on each arm. So make sure that you're firmly standing on that Theraband with your foot so that it doesn't snap out from underneath you. You're going to take your arm out to the side. It's just slightly in front of your body. It's not directly in line. You should see that arm through your peripheral vision. You're going to think about a long arm, so straight elbow, thumb is up, and we're going to raise that arm up as high as we can go, keeping the spine tall and neutral the whole time. So we don't want to find ourselves rotating or shifting and using our body to get our shoulder or our arm up. So it's just that arm that's moving. So you'll do 10 on one side, and then you'll switch to the other side. So same foot, same hand, long arm, wide shoulders, tall spine, tight belly, and raising that arm as far as we can, making sure we can see it a little bit in our peripheral vision. Once we've done 10 on each arm, you're then going to go to a banded walk. Now, some of you may have loop bands that we use in the gym. Some of you may decide if you've got extra Theraband, you can tie it into a knot and you're going to place it around the top of your knees. Those of you who only have one Theraband at home, this is how you're going to do your banded walk. So you're going to lay that Theraband down on the ground and place 2 feet into it. Okay, and you're going to maintain a little quarter squat here. Remember, even if we've got that band around our knees, we're thinking about that quarter squat the whole time. Tight belly, flat back, and we're going to step up and down. And we'll do this about 20 lengths. Make sure you don't drag your feet. So we don't want to drag our, I can't even really do that. We don't want to drag our foot against the floor as we step. We want to lift the foot and step. That's the way you won't snap your band. So we're lifting the foot and stepping, lifting the foot and stepping. We don't bring our feet right together. We should think about that little quarter squat the whole time. So if we bring our feet right together, we lose the tension on the band, okay? And then there's going to be extra friction on the band. So you want to think about doing 20 feet in each direction in total. And that's your banded walk using a Theraband. So you should feel that in your glutes. It's a nice way to warm up your glutes. Okay, then the next thing that we're going to do is our Bulldog Series. So with this, we're going to get down onto all fours. So I'm going to try and position myself so that Evan doesn't have to move around too much. So we're going to get down on all fours. Those of you who have trouble being on our knees, I think you know that we can put our hands on a chair to create a standing tabletop. So what we're after is that flat back, engaged core. In this movement, we want to make sure that the hips stay level. So when we move our leg to the outside, we don't want that hip lifting and rotating. This should stay flat throughout the movement. So here is our flat tabletop. for each of these positions, we're going to do 5 reps. So the first position, we're going to lift our right leg out to the side with that little 90-degree bend. So this is not necessarily a big movement. We're just pulsing that leg out to the side. Okay, what we want to avoid is a big movement where it causes my hip to shift. So that's not what we want to see happen. It's a small movement, just lifting that leg out to the side. So you'll do 5 reps there. The next version of this, we start the same way. Lift that leg out to the side. Then we're going to extend that leg straight back with a flexed heel. We're going to bring that foot back in line with my hip and bring it back underneath me. I'm not going to let my knee touch the ground. I'm going to continue that same movement 5 times. So my knee comes out to the side, extend the leg, bring it underneath my hips and down underneath me. Knee goes out, extend the leg, bring my leg in line with my hip and underneath me. So I'll do 5 of those. Then the last one, I'm going to extend my leg straight back. So I'm doing the reverse circle. Then I'm going to bend my knee out to the side, draw it towards my elbow and back underneath me. Extend my leg straight out, bend my knee as it turns up and out to the side and back underneath me. Extend my leg straight out, turn the knee into the elbow and underneath. So you'll do 5 of those circles, and once you've completed 5 on your right, you'll repeat the whole process again on your left. So we're going to go through that all 2 rounds, and that's your warm-up. Okay, so here we are with our strength work for today. Today we're going to be doing 5 sets alternating between 2 exercises. The first one is single leg squats. If you are still challenged by this in any way, then you will just continue working on your regular squat. So I'm going to show you your variations on how you can do your squat, and then we're going to alternate this with a banded lat pull down. So for the squats, you'll have a nice firm chair. You're going to make sure your bottom is right at the edge of the chair. We're going to pick one leg and we're going to stick with that leg for 5 reps. Okay? Here, my ankle can be just slightly behind my knee. I'm going to make sure that that knee stays out. We don't want that knee collapsing in at all, so it can be out. And then my other leg is going to stick straight out for me. I'm going to pivot slightly forward, drive the heel into the floor and stand up. Then I'm going to lower myself back down to the chair and back up again. What we want to avoid is a drop. So often we see people get to about here and then they let go and they drop. So if that's you, we can raise you up, or if you're having trouble getting up from the chair, so you can stack a pile of books or find a higher chair to try this from. You don't want to do this on a nice, soft, cushy couch. The force will lose itself in that softness of the couch, so you want something firm. So I've got a nice book here that's nice and firm, and it raises me up a little higher and allows me to drop back down under control without that drop. So I'll do 5 each leg. If that is too much for you and you can't find the right height, your strength work will become 6 to 10 body weight squats, working the depth of your squat in that pain-free place. So you're going to alternate your squat work with banded pull downs. So here I've got my Theraband hanging on a hook. Some of you might use your railing or your banister and your stairs to hang that Theraband on. Some of you might need a pad to get down onto your knees. This door and my hook is very short. I'm short, this is short, so I have to go down to my knees to find the right position. So in this case, I like to wrap my hands around the Theraband. So I'm going to drop down to my knees, and here I am in my full extension in a wide position with my upper body. So you notice my hands are wider than my shoulders. So from here, I'm going to think about dropping through the elbows and pulling straight down and back up into that Y. So we should be targeting and feeling this in our lats. Those are the muscles just in underneath our rib cage, underneath our arms. So we're coming wide with those hands. They stay wide the whole time as I pull down. So I'm going to do basically 10 of these. If you find that you have a really easy Theraband, you might consider increasing that to 12 or 15 reps. But for most of us, 10 will be an appropriate rep scheme. So you're going to alternate 5 sets between your squats and your pull downs. And that's your strength focus. Okay, so now we are on to our conditioning workout. You're going to think of this as 2 3-minute workouts with a 2-minute rest in the middle. So the first 3 minutes, you're going to do as many reps and rounds as you can in 3 minutes of the following. So the first thing you'll do is a good morning. So I'm going to use my Theraband, and I'm going to do 6 good mornings. So basically it's just our hip hinge. So I've got my Theraband holding in either hand, thinking about nice tall spine, tight belly, and I'm going to hinge back with the hips. My arms just hang straight. And when I hinge back with the hips, I should feel that active engagement of the hamstrings and maybe a bit into my glutes. So I'm going to do 6 good mornings. Okay? Then I'm going to let that band go. I'm going to go to my squat stance. 6 squats, moving quickly with my squats. Once I've done 6 squats, then I'm going to add in 4 thrusters. So thrusters are hands at my shoulders, so I squat and I reach to the sky. So we call these invisible thrusters because I don't have any weight. No load in my hands. So 4 thrusters. Once I've done those 4 thrusters, I go back to my banded good morning. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I go to 6 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 4 thrusters. Hands here. Squat, reach to the sky. Squat, reach to the sky. Squat, reach to the sky. 1 more, and we keep repeating until the 3 minutes is up. Once I've done 3 minutes of those, I have 2 minutes of complete rest. In those 2 minutes, I'm going to find my weight. So here it's similar movements, but now we've got a little bit of a load. So 2 minutes of rest. You're going to need a timer for this if you can find one, or use that Flex Timer app that I showed you all on your phone that you can download for free. So at the end of our 2 minutes of rest, we're now going to do 6 sumo deadlifts. So that's our wide stance. I've got my weight, which in my case is, what have I got? A jug of vinegar. So hands are hanging on the inside. Tall spine, tight belly, hip goes back, break at the knee, stand it up. So 6 times. Once I've done 6 sumo deadlifts, I'm then going to bring that weight up to my shoulders, onto my chest. Let the weight rest on my chest. Move my feet in slightly. 6 squats. So once I've done 6 squats with my weight, I'm going to watch my ceiling here. I'm now going to do 4 push press. So raise it up, little dip, raise it up, little dip, raise it up, little dip. Once I've done 4 of those, I'm working for 3 minutes. So I go back to my sumo deadlift. So the whole time here, I'm thinking about my proper form and moving quickly. So 6 squats. Once I've done 6 squats, then I go to that 4 push press. Feet come underneath me, little dip, press. Little dip, press. Little dip, and press. And I keep repeating that over and over again for the 3 minutes. When I'm done, 3 minutes, then I'm done. And that's your workout for today. Remember, if you like this video and this workout, click the thumbs up for a like at the bottom. If you want to subscribe, click the red button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.